Hey there, welcome video creator. Welcome to the video. Welcome to the channel. As always, I'm Rory. I make videos on how to use DaVinci Resolve so you can make better videos. I've kind of been leaning towards the beginner with this channel for those just starting out with DaVinci Resolve. So I'm keeping things easy and I try to go slow. So many videos, they fly through it so fast you don't even know what they're doing. So some might like a slower pace, some might hate it, but I like to go at a slower pace so people can understand what's really going on. This is a new channel, so I'd appreciate it if you could take a moment to like and subscribe. And what we're going to talk about today is kind of like the intro suggested. We're just going to do a little text shading, just enough to get you started and get you going. And then it's going to really help once you watch my next video, which is going to be how to do auto captions for absolutely free on the free version of DaVinci Resolve. So make sure you watch that video because so many people won't use DaVinci Resolve, the free version, because they can't do auto captions. Well, I have a solution for you. So the link will be down below for that one. Okay, enough rambling. Let's get started. This is going to be a real quick video. I just want to show some of you beginners how to shade text just to get you going, and you can take it from there. Like I said, it's going to come in handy if you want to make some special text for your captions when I show you how to install something to give you automatic captions for free in the free version of DaVinci Resolve. So this will come in handy when you want to create your captions. So what we're going to do, we're in the edit tab, we're going to click on effects, we're going to click on generators, and we're going to look for solid color. And we're just going to drag that onto our timeline. I'm going to hit Shift Z so it fits. I'm going to change the color of that. Right now it's black. If you're on generator, not settings, but generator, we can change the color here and change it to something like that so we have a lighter background. Then what we want to do, we want to click on titles, look for text plus, drag that above it, put it on the video too. And now you can see we got some text there. And you go to title, if your text tab isn't open, and text, this is where you can change your text. And I'm just going to put Da Vinci there and change the font. We do that right here. Obviously, where it says font. And we'll go with something like chunk 5. How's that? Looks good. Now, if we want to drop shadow on that, that's real simple to do. We come over here to the inspector window. We click on shading. Then we would click on number 3. You can hover over these and they will tell you what they do. Number 3, black shadow. We click this box to enable it, and you can see it gave us a drop shadow. We can change the opacity of it. You can make certain settings to it. That's pretty self-explanatory. Like I said, for the beginners, I just kind of want to show you how to get started. So we're going to disable that. We're going to work with number 1 here. We'll give this a solid color. Click on here to change your color. But in this case, we're just going to stick with white. And then what we want to do is we're going to want to put a border around here. We're going to put a black border around that. So what you want to click on now would be number 2. It says red outline, but we can make it any color we want. So we're going to enable that. You can see it gave you a faint red outline. We can make that bigger by coming down here into the properties. You see thickness, and we can bump that all the way up, and you see it give us a border. Now we can only go as high as zero point 0.1 if we bump it all the way up. So if you want to go any thicker than that, you just have to enter it manually. I'll put 1.0 in there. That gives us something like that. but we can always dial it down now. So we're going to dial it down. That would give us a red border. Click on color here. We can change that to black, like so. Now, if we want to put another border around that border, we'll make this a little thicker. What we can do is click on this A right here, this hollow looking A. Let's click on that. Then let's go up here to number 5. Let's enable that and choose a color we haven't used. Let's just go with purple here. And now we can have a border around that border. So what we want to do is come here to our thickness slider. Make sure you're on this A. We bump that all the way up and we don't see anything. That's because the border is smaller than this black one. So we have to manually change this again. I'll put 4.0 in there just so we have something to work with. Really big. But like I said, we can always dial that down. So then you can make something like this. So it's just something to kind of play around with. You can go in here and see what the different settings do, but this will just get you started so you know where you're at in here. Now, if we go back to 1 here, I'll disable number 2 and I'll disable number 5. So now we just have our plain white background again. Now what you can do is come over here to the transform and you can take the offset, make that a little bigger. You can move it, X or Y, spacing. You can space your letters out. I'll put it back to the beginning there. For our rotation, we can rotate it down, up. You can set keyframes for this stuff if you want certain effects. If we put that flat, we bring our playhead to the very beginning. We're going to set a keyframe. We're going to move it ahead. We're going to bring it back up flat. That should have set us another keyframe. Well, let's see. We'll start. We'll put a keyframe. I know I double clicked there. That's why I did that. Let's do it the opposite way. We'll go here and we'll make this thing fall flat. So that set a keyframe automatically. Now when you play that, your letters will fall. So you can keyframe everything. So that's how you could do that. You could keyframe the word left to right. You could do whatever you want. We can get rid of these keyframes. We can bring this back up. If we want to start off screen, we could keyframe that. And then we can bring it ahead here. Bring it back into view. Put a keyframe there. Now when we play that, it'll bring our text on. I just want to show you guys what you can do with the text. We'll get rid of that. We'll get rid of that. If you want to put a border around here, what I like to do a lot for captions, we'll go back to shading. We'll click on number 3, 4, blue border. We'll enable that. We get a blue border. But what I like to do, you can extend that here. Extend horizontal. We can make that bigger. We can round the corners if you just a hair and you see it kind of rounded the corners. If you go too far, you get something like that. So just a little bit, just enough to round those corners. I like to make it black. And then we'll come down here and take the alpha channel down. It's kind of like an opacity. And now you can actually see through this. You have a background. I'll show you better. We'll bring in a video or something. If I can find a video here, whatever this is, we'll bring in this video. We'll replace our background with this video. So if you see, I'll bring this down some. I'll bring it up here into the trees, and I'll go back to the shading, and I'll darken it up a little more. Like I said, they made it all the way black. But you can see that you have a background, but you can still see through the background. I like to use that a lot for captions. That's quite the tongue that guy's got. But anyhow, I just wanted to get you guys started in here, and you'll see when I show you the video on making your captions how you can incorporate a lot of this stuff into it. So that's really all I got for you in this video. Hope to see you in the next video. Take care.